sometimes people with or without a beard and a hat. Don't make a difference. Doing things that are outright against Hashem, and better yet, they have explanations for it. One of the worst things that you can possibly see, and I've mentioned it to you guys recently, is in the Torah institution world. Torah institution world, whether it's a kollel or bet midrash or all types of things like this, them and going and collecting money from who? From the Christians. They want to build a new institution. They want to build a new building. They want to build a new yeshiva. They want to build a new kollel. And where they try to raise money from the Jews, but they don't succeed to raise what they want. They want to raise 10 million, they get, let's say, I don't know, a couple of million. So they want to get the other 8. So where do they go? They go to Jesus. They go to Jesus and Jose. They go to him, listen, you have a church, you believe. Listen, why don't you give us the $8 million we're missing? And Jesus always has a few $100 million laying around to give to Jewish people. Why? Because for him it's an investment. It's an investment in Jewish neshamot. It'll give you as much as you want. And unfortunately, there are many Torah institutions, or people that call themselves Torah institutions, that are literally building monstrosity-sized buildings with Christian money. In a question that came to Rabbi Ovadia in his responsa called Mayan Omer, someone asks him, they want to open a soup kitchen, to help feed the poor. And they need a lot of money for such a thing. They want to open a soup kitchen, but to open such a thing, they need a lot of money. He said, listen, there's a Christian organization that's willing to fund the whole thing. If it's 10 million, they'll give us 10 million. If it's 100 million, they'll give us 100 million. No limit on the money. Okay, so take the money. What's the problem? What's the problem with taking the money? Why are you coming to Rabbi Ovadia with such a question? Said, because for the Rav, there's only one issue. They want to give us as much money as we want, but they want, for them, it's an investment. What's the investment? They want the names of every single, names and address of every single person that attends the soup kitchen. Everyone that attends. Now you would think, well, okay, listen, if they're going to give you $10 million, they're entitled to something. Sure, they're entitled, but that doesn't mean that you're allowed to take it. Why? Because just because you're feeding some people doesn't mean that you're allowed to put their neshama at risk of becoming a Christian, of becoming an idol worshiper. And the reality is, what the answer is in this response by Rabbi Ovadia is, you're not allowed to take money from these Christians if that's the conditions. Not allowed. Not allowed. And unfortunately, there are many Torah institutions, or Jewish institutions, I should call it, more better than Torah institutions, that are taking Christian money and building themselves an empire of buildings and more buildings and more things with Christian money. Hence the reason why now more than ever in history, the Christians are missionaries, are walking in the streets of Israel and Jewish neighborhoods around the world freely as if they're one of us. In the past, they would hide it. In the past, they would be in the closet. In the past, they would try to do things to trick us. Today, they walk into the Bet Knesset, into the Kollel, into your neighborhood. No worries whatsoever. Why? They pretty much own the place. They even have people that call themselves Orthodox Jews working for them. That's how horrible. There's one documentary that I saw one time where they asked the people, you're an Orthodox Jew. You don't have any problem with the Christians? Like, no, they're wonderful people. They give us so much money that we can use to help the kids and to help this and to help that. They don't realize that these people, yes, you're getting from one hand, but you're getting stabbed with the other. Akol kol Yaakov v'yadayim yedei Esav. The voice is the voice of Yaakov, but the hands are the hands of Esav. And they don't realize it, and unfortunately the missionaries are literally taking over different neighborhoods, different households, and zip codes already at this point. Without any problem whatsoever from the Jewish world. Why? We're not even fighting back. With the exception of a couple of rabbis, a couple of organizations, no one's fighting back the missionaries. Why? Too many people are accepting their money. Millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. They're literally buying Jews on the streets. And when you go to these Torah institutions, these Jewish organizations, tell them, listen, you Jewish Federation, you AIPAC, you Jews and Christians Alliance organization, don't you understand that the Christians have already converted over 500,000 Jews to Christianity? Like, your whole purpose is to increase Judaism, but partly due to your involvement we've lost Jewish lives. We don't know if we can't quantify it, whether it's 10% of the 500,000 or 1%. It doesn't make a difference. Even if it's one Jew was lost because of this relationship you have with the Christians, or it's 500 Jews, or it's 5,000, or it's 50,000. Any amount is too much. Do you realize that? No, you don't understand. This is for Kiruv. They were going to be lost anyway, so we're just getting more to replace it. No, this is for the sake of Torah. It's for the sake of Torah, This for... What Torah? What Torah? What Torah? What Torah are you talking about? Can you build a Torah by destroying it first? As Rav Wasserman said in Kovetz Ma'amarim. Can you build a Torah by destroying it first? He came to America to raise some money for his yeshiva in Baranovich. He came to the U.S. and they said, listen, Rav, here's a ticket for the event to raise money. Well, what's the ticket for, he says. What tickets for the event? Whoever was going to pay. Oh, but what's this? Oh, there's going to be some dancing. So, what? What do you mean dancing? What does it mean dancing? No, the in America here, it's a little modern. So, the boys and girls, they dance together. Rav Wasserman takes the ticket of the event, already planned everything, rips it up to pieces. It says, no event. No event. He said, for the Rav, well, how are you going to build your yeshiva? How are you going to pay for the food? He says, is a Kadosh Baruch Hu's hand short? Can you build Torah by destroying it first? Can you build a Torah by destroying it first?